Welcome everyone. Today we're starting solving systems by adding or subtracting, or another name for this is elimination. So it says when solving a linear system, you can sometimes add or subtract the equations to obtain a new equation in one variable. So instead of having x and y, we would just have one of these, like say we would just have x. This method is called elimination. So if we take a look at this first one, we have 2x plus 3y equals 11, and negative 2x plus 5y equals 13. Well, I see right now that I have 2x and negative 2x. If I were to subtract these, like 2x minus 2x, I know I could just cancel those out, because 2x minus 2x gives us 0. Now, what we did was we added those two together. 2 plus negative 2 gives us 0. So we have to add the y's as well. So 3y plus 5y gives us 8y. Now we only have one variable. We just have y. And 11 plus 13 gives us 24. So if we divide by 8 here, we can find y. And we know that y equals 24 divided by 8, which is 3. So in our solution, we know that y is 3. We don't know what x is yet. We have to figure that out. So how we find x then is we substitute this 3 in for a y. We can do either equation. To me, it's easier to do the positive one. So 2x plus 3. Now instead of y, we would have 3 equals 11. 3 times 3, that gives us 9. So we have 2x plus 9 equals 11. Subtract 9 from both sides. And we get 2x equals 2. We know we can divide by 2 to get x by itself. So x equals 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So our solution then would be 1, 3. Now here we have 4x plus 3y equals 2 and 5x plus 3y equals negative 2. We don't have a positive and a negative like we did last time, but we do have two 3y's. Now we could get rid of those by making one of these negative. Now the way we make one of these negative is if I multiply the whole thing by negative 1. I can't just multiply the 3. If I multiply one thing, I have to multiply everything. So then we get negative 1 times 4x gives us negative 4x. Negative 1 times 3y gives us a negative 3y. And negative 1 times 2 gives us a negative 2. Then we still have the 5x and the plus 3y and the negative 2. Now, if we add these two together, it seems that I can get rid of my y's. So negative 3 plus 3y gives us 0, so we can cancel those out. Negative 4x plus 5x gives us 1x. And negative 2 plus negative 2 gives us negative 4. So we know now that x equals negative 4 because we don't need that 1 there in front of it. If x equals negative 4, we can take that negative 4 and plug it into one of our equations. So we could plug it into this one here. So 5 times negative 4 plus 3y equals a negative 2. 5 times a negative 4 is a negative 20. Plus 3y equals negative 2. We're going to add 20 to get it over to the other side. So we get 3y equals negative 2 plus 20, which is positive 18. Finally divide by 3. And we get y equals 18 divided by 3, which is 6. So our solution to this system is x equals negative 4 and y equals 6. Our solution is negative 4, 6. Next problem, we have 6x plus y equals 39 and negative 2x plus y equals negative 17. Now, 6 and negative 2 are not the same. Y and y are the same. So I know that I can do something to get rid of our y's. Again, we're going to multiply by negative 1 because I need to turn one of these y's into a negative. So negative 1 times 6 gives us negative 6x. Negative 1 times y gives us a negative y. And negative 1 times 39 gives us a negative 39. So here we have negative 2x, we have a positive y, and we have a negative 17. So if we add these together, negative y plus y gives us 0, so that's canceled out. We just have our x's left. Negative 6 minus 2, or plus negative 2, gives us a negative 8x. And negative 39 plus a negative 17 gives us a negative 56. Divide by negative 8 to give us our x. And x equals 56 divided by 8. Because they're both negative, it comes out to be a positive 7. So if x equals 7, we can put this into any equation that we want. So I'm going to put it into the second one. Negative 2, negative 2 times 7 plus y equals a negative 17. Negative 2 times 7 is a negative 14 plus y equals negative 17. I'm going to add 14. So we get y equals a negative 3. So our solution then would be 7, negative 3. Here we have 6x minus 3y equals 36 and 5x equals 3y plus 30. So we do have two 3y's, but they're not in the same order. We need to have them with our x and the y on the same side for both of our equations. So we need to move this 3y over to the other side. Now we do that by subtracting 3y. So we get 5x now minus 3y equals a positive 30. So if this was equation 1 and this was equation 2, this is now equation 2, but now we got to bring down equation 1 so we can see them lined up. So we have 6x minus 3y equals 30. Now I have two negatives, so one of these needs to be multiplied by a negative 1. If we multiply them by a negative 1, we get negative 5x plus 3y equals a negative 30. Oh, this one should be 36. And 6x minus 3y equals 36. So then if we add these two, we have negative 5 plus 6, which gives us a 1x. Plus 3 minus 3 cancels out. And negative 30 plus 36 gives us a positive 6. So x equals 6. Now take that 6 and put it in any of our equations. So we could put it in this one. So 6 times 6 minus 3y equals 36. 6 times 6 is 36. Minus 3y equals 36. So if we subtract 36 from both sides, we get a negative 3y equals 0. If we divide that by negative 3, our y still equals 0. So our solution then is 6, 0. Here again I see 2, 4 y's. But we need our x's and our y's on the same side. So I'm going to move this 3x over here. We do that because this is positive, so we subtract the 3x. So those cancel. We get negative 3x plus 4y equals 14. Now if I bring this equation down, we have 8x minus 4y equals a negative 4. Now negative 3 and 8 aren't the same, but 4 and negative 4 are the same. Those can be eliminated because 4 plus a negative 4 gives us 0. Those are eliminated. Negative 3x plus 8x gives us 5x. 14 plus a negative 4 gives us 10. So divide by 5. And x equals 2. Now we take that 2, substitute it in for one of our problems. So we could do 2 times 8 minus 4y equals a negative 4. 2 times 8 is 16 minus 4y equals negative 4. Subtract the 16. And we get negative 4y equals a negative 20. Finally divide by negative 4. And y equals a positive 5. So our solution then is 2, 5. Here we have 7x minus 2y equals 5 and 7x minus 3y equals 4. Look for the same number. I see two 7's. One is positive and the other one is positive, so we need to make one negative. We got to multiply one of these by negative 1. So negative 1 times 7 gives us negative 7x. Negative 1 times negative 2 gives us a positive 2y. And negative 1 times 5 gives us a negative 5. Still have the second equation, 7x minus 3y equals 4. Negative 7 plus 7 gives us 0. 2y plus negative 3 gives us a negative 1y. And negative 5 plus a negative 4 gives us a negative 1. If we divide by negative 1, we get y equals 1. So we can take that 1, plug it in for a y. So we would have 7x minus 3 times 1 equals 4. 7x minus 3 equals 4. and then we add 3. So 7x equals 7, divide by 7, and x equals 1 as well. So our solution is 1, 1. Alright, so this one says, a rental company charges a flat fee of X dollars for a floor sander rental, plus Y dollars per hour of the rental. One customer rents a floor sander for 8 hours and pays $63. Another customer rents a floor sander for 6 hours and pays $87. So, first of all, we need to find the flat fee and the cost per hour for the rental, so we need to make an equation. We know that the rental company charges a flat fee of X dollars. We know also that they are adding, because we use the word plus, Y dollars per hour of the rental. One customer rents a floor sander for 4 hours, so it would be 4 times Y, the hourly rate, and that equals $63. Another customer rents a floor sander for 6 hours and pays $87. So we know they still charge a flat fee of X, but this time he's renting it for 6 hours times the fee for every hour, and he pays $87. Now we have two x's that are the same, so one of these needs to become negative. We solve this with elimination by multiplying by -1. So we get negative x plus 4y, or not plus 4y anymore because we're multiplying by -1. So minus 4y equals a negative 63. Then we have x plus 6y equals 87. Negative x plus x cancels out. Negative 4 plus 6 gives us 2y. And negative 63 plus 87 gives us 24. So, if we divide that, we get y equals 12. So we said that y was the dollars per hour of the rental. So we know that it's $12 per hour. Now we need to find what the flat fee is. So we're going to take that 12, and we're going to plug it back into one of our equations. I think it's easiest to do this top one, so we could have x plus 4 times 12 equals 63. 4 times 12 is 48, plus x equals 63. Then if we subtract 48, we get x equals 63 minus 48, which is 15. So it's $15 flat fee. So $12 per hour, $15 flat fee. B says, how much would it cost someone to rent a sander for 11 hours? Well, we know that they have to pay $15 no matter what. That's the flat fee. Then they're renting it for 11 hours. And we know that the price per hour is 12. So we would need to solve this problem to see how much they would pay for 11 hours. Now, we'd have to do 11 times 12 first. 11 times 12 gives us 132, plus 15. 15 plus 132 gives us $147 for 11 hours. Last problem, we need to solve this linear system using elimination. We have two fractions that are the same. So use what we have learned so far to try to figure out this problem. This will be your last problem of the day. After you finish that, make sure you have all of your IXL homework done before you leave today, or before midnight tonight. That's great. All right.